Hi, if you're watching this, that means you are enrolled in one of my 3 English 101 courses or my English 290 course at UNCW for the fall 2016 semester. My name is Rebecca Warfield, and I wanted to introduce myself and go over some of the course expectations with you before we meet on Thursday. I like for my students to have an informed decision about whether or not they want to be in my class. I know a lot of you have probably just took the class because it's what was available. But as people start shifting and rearranging their schedules, you may decide that this isn't the class for you, and that's totally fine. So in this video, I'm going to cover some of my course policies and expectations. What I will not be talking about today is course goals and your assignments, only because it will vary depending on which class you're in, and I'm just making one video for all 4 of my classes right now. So let's just get into the nitty-gritty. When you come to my class, I expect you to have your cell phones turned off and put away. I do not ever want to see you using your phone in class. Imagine if you were in class with me and you asked me a question, I picked up my phone, I'm like, You'd be really angry. You'd be all over rate my professor. You'd be telling your parents and my boss about how I'm rude and I'm not listening to you and so on. But I feel the same way, and your classmates feel the same way when you're being disrespectful with your phone. So your phones will be put away and turned off and not even on vibrate, completely off in your book bags every day. If I catch you with your phone, you will be marked absent for the day. Electronics, I do not allow any electronics in my class unless they're pre-approved on days that I say you can bring them. I'm not opposed to technology. I like technology. However, I can't seem to get a handle on people using their technology for classwork only. So everyone's like on Tinder and Facebook and all this stuff. So because I can't get everyone to just pay attention and appropriately use their technology, we can't have it at all. There will be days when you can have your phones and your laptops and your tablets. I will let you know when they are. They'll be on the calendar, but on a regular daily basis, you may not use your laptops. If you want to take notes, you're going to have to use a good old-fashioned pen. It's better that way anyway, I promise. If you are using your technology in class without permission, you will be marked absent for the day. Now, being marked absent for the day because you're using your phone or your technology in class when you're not supposed to, it's kind of a real bummer for you because I only allow 3 absences for the entire course of this semester. I do not have any cushion for that either. So on the 4th absence, you fail the class. It's very simple. 3 absences, and that's it. Now, if you have some crazy circumstance where I hope this doesn't happen, but you're like injured or tremendously ill, there's a death in the family, what you should do is contact the Dean of Students and have them contact me so that way I know that it's a real emergency. Otherwise, 3 absences, that's it. No exceptions, no ifs, ands, or buts. So I know a lot of you are incoming freshmen and you're about to have a good time and learn how to be or how to find your autonomy and authority in your life right now. So don't get wound up on all the side stuff. Be in class all the time because I'm not going to make any exceptions for that. On top of that, 2 tardies is an absence. So you can be late to my class twice before I mark you absent. I'm generally very on time. But the way I work attendance is if you come in before I've taken roll, you're good. If I've already taken roll, you're late, right? So generally I'm on time. I mean, I'm a human being. Sometimes I run a little bit late too. Some of you have me for 8 a.m., so I might be rolling in right at 8 a.m. But you should be rolling in at 8 a.m. too. When I say that you should be on time, that means you are there and ready to go. It is not appropriate in college to come to class and just sit down and wait for your teacher to say something to get your notebook and pen. You should be there and prepared. You should be there under the expectation that the moment I walk into the room, you will be taking notes. Because I'm not going to wait around for 5 minutes for everyone to get themselves together. If you want to contact me, email is a great way. My email is warfieldr@uncw.edu. So you can email me. Please keep in mind that I do not check my emails after 5. I do not check my emails on weekends. And I do not check my emails on days that we don't have class due to the school being closed, like holidays or fall break or anything like that. Please give me time to answer your emails. I know we live in this rapid-paced world where things are often very instant, but checking email can only happen when I'm able to get to my desk. I do not use my phone for email. I do not have any email apps on my phone. So you will have to wait until I get to my office to check your email. To check my email, sorry. I'm not checking your email. That'd be weird. Also, you can contact me via office hours. As of this moment, I haven't set them exactly yet, but do know they will be Wednesday mornings. I'm just not sure exactly the time frame yet. So you can go ahead and count on them being Wednesday mornings. Before and after class is like kind of okay to meet with me, but the problem is I'm back to back all day, so I don't have a ton of time after class to answer your questions. If it's something quick, maybe, but I'm going from one class to the next from 8 until 3:15. So I don't have a ton of time in between, so please respect my time and your other students' time who, need me to get to their class on time. Late work. I don't take any late work. All your work will be turned in electronically with the exception of papers, which will be turned in paper and electronically. 0 late work. That is because you can turn your stuff in early. You can turn it in online. If you're turning it in late, that's your bad, not mine. So mark your calendars for the due dates. I sometimes will change due dates in class. I never push them up. I only push them back, but you need to know what those changes are. It's not my responsibility to tell you what has been changed if you weren't there that day. It is also not my responsibility to update the calendar just for you if we made a change in class. I have the expectation that you are taking notes in your own calendars too. I mean, I will change them on Blackboard eventually, but I might not do it right away when it suits your time. So you need to find out what's going on if you miss class. Again, no late work. Don't even ask me if you could turn it in late because I'm not going to take it. Don't slide it under my door. Don't put it in my mailbox. I'm not taking it if it's late. I do not do extra credit. Nothing in life is free, right? I work for the state of North Carolina. We haven't had a raise in almost 8 years. You don't get points in class just because you want them, right? That's just not the way life works. I don't do extra credit. You either work hard and do your thing and get a good grade, or you don't. So that's that. And please don't beg me for extra credit either. Formatting for your formal papers must be in MLA format, which I will teach you. If it is not in MLA format, I'm not going to take it. It's very simple. I'm a stickler about directions because the first step to success in college and the rest of your life is just following the directions. If you follow the directions and pay attention to the details, you're like more than halfway there, right? So I will show you MLA format, but luckily we live in the world where Google exists. If you don't know MLA format and you missed the day I taught it, or if you didn't understand it, you can look at 1,000 different websites about how to do MLA format. So please utilize the internet for that information. I give zeros all the time for papers that are not in MLA format. So please pay attention to the details. Now your informal assignments, blogs, and stuff like that you'll be doing, they don't necessarily need to be in MLA format because we won't have like a first page format because it's a blog. But I am talking about your formal papers. Turnaround time. So this is really important. My turnaround time will probably not be as fast as you want it to be. So to be honest with you, I'm just really busy. I'm a full-time English teacher. I'm a full-time yoga teacher, and I manage a wellness studio in Wrightsville Beach. I got a lot going on, and really not by choice, by necessity, right? Because if I want to survive in the world and pay my bills, unfortunately, I have to work that much. So with that in mind, I will get your papers back to you as fast as I can. I promise you, I will get them back to you as quick as possible. But I need you to be very patient with me to get them back. My policy, I try to get them back within 2 weeks, but you will always have your paper back before the next one is due. Always. If by some chance, like 1 or 2 times I had an emergency and that didn't happen, it's kind of nice for you because then I give free points, right? So the extra credit thing might happen if that happens to occur. However, that's probably unlikely. Knock on wood for me. So, please be patient. I really, really beg you to be patient and do not beg me about getting your papers back. If I wanted people begging me for things all the time, I'd have kids. I don't have kids. So please Do not beg me about when you're getting your papers back. Keep in mind that an English teacher has a different type of responsibility for grading than, say, a math teacher. We don't have Scantrons. I can't just run stuff through and let it grade. I have to go through and read everyone's papers, sometimes more than once, and then I have to write down comments. And then I have to go back and see if the intro matches the conclusion, and then I got to go back and make sure the thesis matches the consistency or the coherency of the body, and then I have to do the rubric, right? So it's a lot of work. Please be respectful of my time by giving me a little bit more time to grade your stuff. There's some other stuff on the syllabus we'll talk about when we meet on the first day that are policies for the university, not just me, like violence, harassment, diversity, and stuff like that. I do want to go over just a few things about college, and I won't talk about these in their entirety. You will see it on the syllabus. I call it the common sense clause. So just know that if you're going to be in this class or in any class, that means you have to work really hard. Getting an A does not just happen because you came to class and you paid attention and now you think you deserve an A. Getting an A means that you actually work harder than everybody else. Grades are competitive, right? Not that I'm grading you based upon another person, but if the average student is a B- or a C+ student, that means you have to work harder than the majority to get an A. I do not round up grades. If you email me at the end of this semester to round up your grade, you will not like the reply that you get back from me. You get the grade you earn. You get the grade that you earn over the duration of the semester. In my class, I start you at 0. You don't start with 100% and work your way down. You may have heard that before. You start with a 0 and work your way up, right? It's like when you open a bank account. There's like nothing in it until you put stuff into that account. It's the same thing with your grade. You start with 0 and you work your way up. If you have an issue with another student or with me, that's fine. You are welcome to bring them to the table, but you need to do it in a professional sort of way. If you yell at me, if you send me a nasty email, if you're mean to another student, I will turn you into the dean immediately. And unfortunately, I've had a lot of situations in the last couple years where this has happened. It's been increasing. So if you don't like your grade, if you don't like me, that's awesome. You should tell me, right? Maybe we can talk about it and figure out what's going on. But if you don't do it professionally and appropriately, I will turn you into the dean of students immediately. There's no question about it. There's a few other things we should talk about. We'll get to it the first day. I mean, we're already like 12 minutes into this video, and I feel like by now you're probably like, oh my God, this lady's crazy. Maybe not. I think I'm pretty awesome, but I mean, whatever. So I don't want to like totally freak you out because my classes tend to be pretty fun. Actually, I'm high energy. I'm into some like funky like yoga stuff, so we can like do weird yoga sometimes if you want, I'm down with that. So it's not like all crazy, scary stuff all the time, but I do take this discipline very seriously. I take my classes seriously. I spent a really long time in college studying this stuff so I could share it with you, and I want you to be respectful of that, just like I'll be respectful of you along the way in your journey for your education. So yes, take this seriously. This is not a joke. I enforce my syllabus. Like, there's no wiggle room here, right? It is what it is. But with that in mind, we can also have a pretty good time as long as you're willing to put in the work. If the class is not putting in the work and you guys are being really lazy and making me mad, it's going to be a miserable experience for you and for me. But if you're doing the work, if you're participating in discussion, we can have a really good time. Because, look, I like to have a good time, too. I don't want to sit in class and be like, wah, 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 wah. I want to have fun, right? I have to be there, too. So come to class with a good attitude. Your attitude shapes your reality. If you come into this class every day and you're like, God, I hate this lady. She's so annoying. I hate English. I've never been good at writing. I guarantee you your experience in my class will be miserable, right? Because the way you think about your experiences shapes them. But if you're like, okay, fine, I'm going to give it my best. And you know what? It's actually not that bad. I guarantee you the class will be okay, at least okay. I hope better. So good attitude, be on time, turn in your stuff on time, put your phones away, get ready to learn some stuff. And on that note too, before I part ways with you, get ready to read stuff and write. I'm always blown away by the number of students who are like, God, she makes us read too much and we have to write too much. Well, yeah, it's English. Of course we're going to read and write. So if you're not down with reading and writing, don't take this class. If you're in English 101, that means you have to take it, so you're really not going to get away without reading and writing. Maybe a different teacher is better for you. But if you're in English 290, hey, you don't need this class to graduate, right? So that's your business, not mine. Be prepared to read. Be prepared to write. It's as simple as that. I have to go to work every day and actually work. That means you have to go to school and do school, right? Cool. I'm going to leave it at that because everyone's probably sweating now thinking oh my God, she's crazy. I mean, maybe I have crystals here. I could be totally crazy. Who knows, right? I guess you'll find out. I'll see you Thursday. Bye.